You were buzzing like a short electric circuit, burning sparks through broken neon signs. I'd call you out, but I knew that it wasn't worth it. You'd only shut me down and then unplug the lines. So instead I listened to you tell your story, with a weary eye on the asphalt down below. As the moon beneath my wheels in solid motion, I trusted it to tell me where to go. Cigarettes, gasoline, wasted breath, James Steen. Shape that looks familiar in the static on the screen. What does it mean? And I can't say we ever were like brothers. It's the second time you moved my weary pen. I tried to write you off like all the others, but your demon words keep coming back again. Because you're nothing but a street light in the roadway. You're nothing but some fireworks in the night. And even though the embers burn my body, I can't help getting closer to the lights. Cigarettes, gasoline, wasted breath, kerosene. Lamplight in a fortress where it's cold and dark and mean. What does it mean? Well, I'm glad you picked up the goddamn receiver. Might as well have said nothing at all. All I spoke were words of a craven deceiver, and all you heard were distant echoes in the hall. But I'm not sure that I've done you any favors, and I'm not sure that we'll ever speak again. All I can do is pray you'll still be breathing when she calls the White Coast. But you come marching in, cigarettes, gasoline, crystal methamphetamines. I hope you find an answer that is beautiful and clean and unforeseen.
Mansfield, and you're watching Mostly Rock and Roll. I have the pure delight today to have Ryan Fitzsimmons with us. Ryan, thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Thanks for having me. The pleasure's all mine.
This
is so much fun.
Well, we've been trying to get you in for probably a year and a half, 2 years at least, but life circumstances, we haven't been able to match schedules quite yet, but we have today. Thank you.
No problem.
So Ryan, you are a fantastic guitarist and songwriter and singer, but there's just such adrenaline-inducing music that you have, and your guitar style has always blown me away since the first time I saw you play several years ago. To what do you credit your guitar skills? Who was your first guitar teacher and inspiration for you?
My first guitar teacher was my brother Todd. My brother Todd's a wonderful guitar player in upstate New York. He's a blues guitar player, and when I was little, Todd was significantly older than me. He was 11 when I was born, and so he was in his late teens when I was first aware of music. And I remember being like 7 or 8 and sitting on the steps. The stairs were right next to his room, and he'd have the door shut, and I'd sit there and listen to him practice. And so he was always my idol. And so when I started playing guitar, he gave me the first sort of building blocks. Then I took about a year of lessons and then sort of self-taught from there. And that was sometime around the time I was 11 or 12.
And as an adult, you've just immersed yourself and continued with your guitar skills. What was your trajectory from, say, high school to college and on in the music world for you?
Well, I somewhere along the line, right about going into college, right, maybe my senior year of high school, I became aware of a few things all at once. And it was Martin Sexton and Ani DeFranco and Peter Mulvey all at the same time. And so, I was like, I want to do that. I want to be a singer-songwriter. I went to see Ani at the Landmark Theater sometime around then. And she got up there, and at that point it was just a trio, and I was like, man, you can make that much noise with an acoustic guitar. It's like, I want to do that. I want to play acoustic and see how much I can get out of it. And shortly thereafter, I saw Peter. I heard him on the radio and went down to see him at our local coffee house, and it was a similar experience. And then Martin was from Syracuse, and so everybody around the area knew him, and so that I was instantly aware of him. The whole folk scene back then was really cool, and Greg Brown, people like that. I decided that was where I wanted to go. I wanted to really work on playing acoustic guitar to the best of my ability.
I see the headlights shining on the overpass. I can taste the blood, smell the gas. Focus comes and it fades away. Spare me over to another day. Second job seems similar enough. A couple extra hours were nothing tough. When Friday comes, I've been walking away with a big paycheck and a brighter day. One second, one little mistake, clear upon the road. One second before I hit the brakes, never had control, never had control. in a corner lot, Subaru and a parking spot. A couple little kids, another on the way. Great big dream and a price to pay. And I know she's waiting up for me at home. Christ, she'll probably drop the phone. A pretty destination, it seems so far. Not upside down in this car. 1 second was homeward in the wind, and glare upon the wheel. 1 second I was caught up in a spin, chrome and glass and steel, chrome and glass and steel. I see a headlight shining on the overpass, through the spider web of the safety glass. And those sirens sound so far away. Spare me over to another day. Lord, spare me over to another day. I don't mind time, but not today. I said I don't mind. You see that I don't mind. Not today.
Let's talk about your CD. This is called Cold Sky,
Mhm.
and this is available on your website. Is that
Mhm.
correct? Is that the best place
Absolutely.
to get that?
Yep, RyanFitzsimmons.com. You can get right to it. You know, you can find it in all of your Spotify's and
Yeah.
iTunes stores and things like that. So.
What was the process of making this like for you?
It was a very, very long process, which in all took, I think, 7 days, but the 7 days were spread out over many years.
Right, got it. Well, you played just a gorgeous song, Eugene, Dear Eugene,
Mhm.
and I'd love to know a little bit about that song.
Sure. So I used to host a series in Providence, Rhode Island that's still going on called Songwriters in the Round at AS220. And the audience picks a theme for the songwriters that are coming in every month. And in the course of the 7 years that I hosted it all the time, I had to write a new song on a theme every year, or not every year, every month. And so it was a great exercise. And I got a lot of good songs and a lot of songs that weren't good. But that song, the theme was Letters Never Sent. My dad died in 2004. That song was written a good year or two after Dad had passed. But there's a card, and I mention it in the song, but it's a real thing. But there's a card that always sat on my desk and with the other stuff in my room, and it was a birthday card I got from my dad. And after he passed, it was always, I'd see it every now and then, and it would always choke me up. And so when it got to Letters Never Sent, that was the first thing that came to my mind. And so that's where that song came from. And and it's a real place for me. It always makes me sad, and it hurts a little to play it, but I don't ever want to lose that.
Dear Eugene, where am I going today? The dark is coming on, path is split different red ways. There is no map, guess I'm really on my own. Eugene, which one of them leads home? All I see are the tears welling up in her eyes. Well, she's carrying the fear hearing another goodbye. They're so blue, and so am I. When all I can say is, pretty baby, please don't cry. Eugene, need to hear your voice again, telling me how to bring her tears to an end with the answers that I just don't know. Eugene, why did you have to go? I found a card that I wrote you, but I just never sent. It said, Dad, happy birthday. You don't know how much you've meant. I forgot it at the time. You were just a phone call away. Now there's so many things I'll pick up that phone and say. Eugene, need to hear your voice again, telling me how to bring her tears to an end with the answers that I just don't know. Eugene, why did you have to go? Eugene, you told her to take care of me. You could always spot the signs I never could see. No matter how far up the road, they were always painted in your mind. Gene, I wish you had a little more time. Eugene, need to hear your voice again, telling me how to bring her tears to an end with the answers that I just don't know. Eugene, why did you have to go? Gene, where am I going today?
Well, you have your own beautiful family, and I've met your lovely wife, Meredith, and she is beautiful and sweet, and your daughter, Nora, is 20 months old, and
Yep.
just got to see some video of her dancing, and
Yeah,
she
she's
is
a dancer.
charming.
Yeah.
And you're just a fantastic dad, very nurturing, and taking care of your family. I love to see that. How hard has that been to balance your music with the family?
Oh, it's tough. You know, I gig 2 or 3 nights a week, so you're not home when you're gigging, you know, and it's very hard to work in enough time. But you know, my wife is very patient, and we do our best to balance it out. Where I put aside Sundays, so we have that, and I try to work in as much time as I can. I get Nora off to daycare every morning, and I try to spend as much time with her as possible. I'm lucky because I'm not on the road like other folks. I gig just really in the area at the moment, and I have done the road before, and maybe someday I will again. But I wouldn't want to miss. I've got friends that are on the road 70% of the time, and to me that would be missing 70% of Nora's life, and that's not an option.
think I've sat with everyone I've ever cared about in one time or another in this place. Every booth holds a different memory, and every scratch the table brings back another thing. And on the wall, cheap mounted posters of Elvis still look out on the crowd. It's 2 a.m. The jukebox is blaring the same old songs, and the bar drunks are singing out loud. And the high schoolers sip their coffee, the 10th cup for the night. And I see little reflections of me, yeah, in every face under the pink neon light. And I'm too tired to sleep, wired and weak. There's no other place in this town, and it isn't clear I'm still here. There's no other place in this town that's open all night, yeah. There's this blonde, she's sitting at a corner table. She looks a lot like this girl I used to know. She's got a smile that's full of childish innocence, the kind we all lost so many years ago. And the waitress lays the check down, the blonde lights a cigarette. She's writing down napkin poems about a future that's not ruined yet. And I'm too tired to sleep, wired and weak. And there's no other place in this town, and it isn't clear I'm still here. There's no other place in this town that's open all night, yeah. Another ashtray, another story, another 50-cent tip, another quick joke, another quick smoke. It's all starting to slip. Every night ends the same way. Every night, every night, every night ends the same way. Every night, yeah, yeah. I lean back into the red metallic vinyl that covers all these worn out seats. The windows act like two-way mirrors this time of night. Somehow that just makes it all complete. Regulars of different faces, but their roles are all the same. Mainline and caffeine, mainline and nicotine, yeah. Pretending their futures won't ever change. And I'm too tired to sleep, wired and weak. And there's no other place in this town, and it isn't clear I'm still here. There's no other place in this town, and I'm too tired to sleep. I'm wide and I'm awake. There's no other place in this town, and I don't know why I'm still here, but there's no other place, Lord, that's open all night, yeah. It's open all night. That's open all night. That's open all night.
So what in life inspires you?
My daughter, without a doubt. She's awesome. I've yet to write. I've written one song so far out of the deal, and I've got a bunch of other things, going. But man, there's been nothing quite as moving. It's like my daughter, my father's death. There's things that happen to you in life that are just so kind of all encompassing, and those are two. But I'm inspired by people and their stories. I like the human element, human emotions, kind of what drives people, what makes them tick. In stories, I always like the kind of darker, dustier places, you know, so definitely the dark stuff too, other than songs about my daughter. My daughter's got me writing happy songs, and I'm still trying to get around that because I never been one to really write the happy stuff.
Ryan, I can't thank you enough for coming and joining us. I know you had to squeeze us into a tight schedule and hit some traffic on either end. Well, hopefully not on your way home, but we really appreciate your being here so much. And again, we've wanted to have you for a long time, so it's a really wonderful experience for us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you, and good luck with everything. We'll keep pushing for you getting out there,
Awesome.
getting on the airwaves as much as we possibly can.
Cool. Thank you, Monica.
Thanks.
Does it suffice to say mortal hearts are blind, given this low-down situation, given your uptown state of mind, the low dice you play won't buy you any time, given this low-down situation, given your uptown state of mind. Hey, mama, do you see my face on the picture screen? I'm standing on the waterfront trying to justify me. Hey, mama, are we just moving from scene to scene, moving in and out of somewhere